Hello and welcome. We are going to be playing the third season of Exodus by Red's Kingdom. This is actually the very first beta release. I applied to be a beta tester, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm helping to find all the cockroaches so that he can squash them. Get it? Bugs? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so this is a beta version of the map, so it's very likely that there will be bugs. In fact, there is one pretty big bug in the map that we're aware of, but don't have a fix to, which is every so often the custom sounds seem to cut out, but so far the only way we know of to fix that is reload the resource pack, which obviously isn't a very good fix, but it's the only one we have at the moment. So just keep in mind that this is a beta. Things like that will happen. But anyways, let's get going. This is a house here. I just decided to start the video in here. Anyways, coming out here, we've got the lobby, some redstone off in the distance there. We can ignore that for now. Whether or not that'll be fixed in the official release, I'm not sure. I imagine it'd be a bit of a pain to move things around to prevent that, but, you know. The settings book explanation thing says that the minimum render distance you can have is 9, which you can still see those at render distance 9. So, you know. Anyways, this is a notice board. This basically gives the timeline for the current timeline for Exodus. We've got season 1, the zombie apocalypse, which I tried to play that one. I sort of got overwhelmed by it. Then there's Season 2, which is the very first one I played. Absolutely loved it. Then there's Exit. Then there's Quarantine, which was a spin-off, which I also beta tested that one. That was fun. Now there's Genesis, and there's some stuff in here. I already did that stuff, did the settings off camera because it would have been boring otherwise. Anyways, let's get into this. I don't know where I'm assuming down this cave here that I've been eyeing on every so often here. Yes, I would assume it's down in the cave. Ah, yes, the temerity. Yeah, you will need to have played, or at least seen somebody else play, the previous Exodus maps in order to understand some of the things. But anyways, I'm gonna check up inside the tree now. I don't know. Yeah! There's a chest here. Okay, my mouse is, like, not being friendly. That's better. I think it's for reasons. That didn't seem to make much. Okay. Bear with me. Very professional. Maybe that. I don't know. Yeah. This is a big map, and it seems to be pushing the limits of some things a little bit here. Never really had issues like this before, but you know, based on the feedback from some of the feedback that's already been coming in from other beta testers, I've already gotten further than some people. I saw one person complaining about how it was so laggy they couldn't play at all, and they weren't running a recording software. Well, as far as I'm aware, they weren't. Okay, oh dear. That actually didn't help anything. It just feels sluggish. I don't know. Where am I supposed to be going? I'm assuming... I'm assuming I was actually meant to go in here and then click the sign. I guess that's a possibility.
Welcome to
Yes.
Exodus Season 3, Genesis. Before we begin, we must do some initial setup that will only take a moment. First off, I will need you to choose your gender. This will determine the voice each person will hear when the player speaks in-game. Once each participant has chosen a gender, please proceed to the next step.
I'm the former Exodus producer and winner of Exodus Season 1.
Thank you for selecting your gender. Exodus Season 3 grants the player the ability to make decisions. Each decision you make will have consequences as the story develops. Each player needs to decide between being a chooser or a non-chooser. Choosers gain the ability to pick decisions that influence the path of the story. At least one player must be a chooser. Non-choosers, on the other hand, can see decisions that choosers can make, but cannot actually choose a decision. Players that should have a non-chooser ability are players who tend to make decisions rashly without thinking. Once all players have selected to be a chooser or a non-chooser, please proceed to the next step.
Yeah, if you've ever played the previous maps... Oh, Steam notification. That'll go away in a moment. If you ever played any of the previous maps in multiplayer, you will know that this actually is a bit of a problem if you've got a friend who clicks buttons a bit too quickly. And so yeah, this is actually a very useful thing, and yeah, I'm the only one, so you know, I have no friends.
Unlike most Minecraft maps, Exodus Season 3 contains themes that may not be suitable for younger audiences. These themes were not used lightly and serve to impact the story in meaningful ways. Themes that some players may find troubling include the subjects of terrorism, murder, cults, and death. Any similarities to real-life persons, objects, or beliefs is purely coincidental and do not necessarily represent the views of anyone who worked on the project. If you wish to begin the map, please proceed by choosing the correct decision. Thank you.
Oh, there we are. Took a moment. Cutscene.
How does one tell a story such as this? One where so many people died for causes they believed to be just. A story where there was so much pain and suffering, and every single decision shaped the future of humanity. I suppose it's best to start at the beginning. 2 years ago, I was selected to participate in a government-funded game show which was hosted by a delusional yet clever man named Red. I won the first season of the show and was rewarded a mansion on a private island in one of the few green zones on the planet.
Oh, there we go.
On that note, if you haven't noticed yet, Earth is now a polluted mess that most people consider beyond fixing. It's a terrible place. At any rate, a year later, I returned as a producer for the show, with the second season taking place on the nearby planet of Venera, but events didn't go according to plan. We were attacked by a cruel and calculating alien warlord named Lord Iverin, who we initially believed to be working alone. But by the time we realized the truth, it was too late. The Exodus host, Red, had secretly orchestrated the entire attack so that he could steal Iverin's mind control weapon and use it to control everyone on Earth. Red made sure that almost every single person involved in Season 2 was killed or eliminated, so that the public would never know the truth. I am the only witness to his atrocities, and he's had me locked up in a white box for the past year. I'm not completely sane anymore. I see things. I see things from my past. These visions haunt me every waking moment. But considering that I'm still capable of understanding that they are hallucinations, I think I'm doing pretty well. I just hope one day I can get out of this box and save the world from whatever Red's planning.
Ooh, looks like we're in the white box, as Windows complains about a thing.
Bread and circuses producer. That's what Exodus is.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder where you are.
You sound friendly.